Rutherglen, who handled the explosive Skol Cup final between Rangers and Celtic just 3 weeks ago, ordering off Mo Johnston. But it's Celtic who got the game underway in front of a very big crowd inside Celtic Park, and the Celtic supporters in very vocal mood early on, despite the very poor record which Celtic have against Dundee United. They haven't beaten them here in the league since April 1983. And Dundee United obviously coming here with lots of confidence. The Celtic team starting off the way they finished last week against Hamilton Accies. Danny McGrain has been replaced by Tony Shepherd, and Mark McGee has been replaced up front by Alan McInally. So McInally back in the side after that stomach virus, and he is hoping to add to the 8 goals he scored this season. There's McClair going through, linking with Johnston, and that's the first corner kick of the match to Celtic. McClair heartened no doubt by his first appearance in the full Scotland side on Wednesday night against Luxembourg. So Derek White is up, so is Roy Aitken and Pierce O'Leary on the near post. Punched away by Thompson, but the whistle had already gone for a foul on the goalkeeper. Mo Johnston appears to be the player penalised. So Dundee United still without Paul Hegarty and David Neary, although they can welcome back Paul Sturrock up front. Although they'll depend a great deal in the early stages, particularly on the experience of their international defender Maurice Malpass, who's skippering the side this afternoon. Now back with O'Leary for Celtic. Good leap by John Clark. Here's McStay trying to make room for the shot. Dave Beaumont was a player making life difficult for McStay, but he looked very eager indeed in the early stages. It's turned away by White. It'll be a very interesting confrontation, this. The youth internationals, Gallagher and White, in direct opposition. Well anticipated by Murdo McLeod. As Bowman made the run, he was followed by McLeod. McClair towards McInally. Grant is free on the right. Good play by McInally. Here's Johnston. That's towards McClair. Now McStay. And that was a brilliant move from Celtic. Paul McStay couldn't finish it, but that was play of the highest class. So many players involved in this move. McInally initially, Grant, then Johnston, then McClair with that delicate ball to Paul McStay in behind the defence, and the shot hit the side netting. Aitken to Grant. McClair taking up good position once again for Celtic. Ball across by Malpass. Malpass completes the clearance for United, but still the bulk of the match being played inside United's half. They haven't been seen too often as an attacking force, so Kevin Gallagher has a chance to change that. Good pass to McGuinness. Well, that was intended for Gallagher. And a good flowing movement again from Celtic from defence with Tony Shepherd and McClair on the right. McGuinness missed it, but he did enough to deceive Mo Johnston, the United defender. Well, this was a superb chance. Came across to McClair. McGuinness got a touch only, and that meant Johnston couldn't control it. Here's McClair. McInally is very quick indeed for such a big player. Malpass is on the spot for United to send it clear. Oh, it's good play again from Grant. Having a fine match for Celtic. Aiken's pass, this is Johnston on the right. Looking for McInally, which is McLeod. And Ryan McClair inches away from the finishing header. Well, once again, the United goal having a charmed life. fine play by Celtic coming forward. Aiken finding Johnston on the right. Johnston's cross found its way to Murray McLeod. And when McLeod drove it across goal, Brian McClare almost headed it home. Aiken leaves it to McLeod. Bowman tackled firmly by McLeod, but got the ball forward. Johnston, Paul McStay. Now White. Trying to go beyond McGuinness, a fine cross, there's Johnston! Well, how did that stay out? Oh, Johnston looks to the heavens. He can't believe it either, I'm sure. And what a remarkable lead of it was, as Derek White made progress in the left to send that across. Johnston with a downward header, fingertip by Thompson onto the post. Could so easily have gone in, but came back off the goalkeeper and behind for the corner kick. Good throw that from McStay, quickly taken to release McClare. And once again, a timely tackle by Clark. McClare flinging in, there's Malpass. Paul McStay. Good play from McStay and from Billy Thompson. Well, this is excellent football, both in attack and defence. Here's Paul McStay. The nutmeg through the legs of Chris Sully, getting to the byline, dumping it across, and that was excellent handling from Billy Thompson. Sturrock going to the right. Couldn't reach it in time, so Celtic have the throw. So only 5 minutes left in the first half, which has been totally dominated by Celtic. But they have still to find the net. That means Dundee United remain a very dangerous threat. Here's Ian Ferguson. Now Sturrock. Using Bowman as a decoy, Sturrock going all the way himself. What a fine effort that was from Paul Sturrock. It almost caught out Pat Bonner. Well, you can see clearly Sturrock's intentions here as he used Bowman as a decoy, came inside his man, looked up, saw Bonner off his line, tried to chip him, and he very nearly made it. Grant again on the right for Celtic. Paul McStay resisting the challenge of Sully. This is for McClare. Cover provided by Malpass. Calm, composed figure in the heart of that United defence, Maurice Malpass. Developing a fine understanding with John Clark. Very good again with a tackle to turn it out for the Celtic throw. Here's Roy Aiken. McGuinness is there. Chance for McAnally. And Sully turning it back hurriedly to give the corner kick to Celtic, but Alan McAnally passing up. An excellent chance for Celtic. Aiken and O'Leary go forward, along with Alan McAnally, making a very powerful threat in the air for the United defence to handle. Short one though by Shepherd. Turned in by Aiken, a header by Bannon. So it's turned away by Bannon. The United goal still under siege as the 45 minutes of the first half come to an end. We're into time added on for stoppages, but there's no more of that. There goes the half-time whistle. Celtic totally dominant, but Billy Thompson in inspired form in goal for Dundee United. Celtic offering everything except the finish. Superb performance, worthy of a team at the top of the league. They came closest when Mo Johnston got a header to a Derek White cross, nodded it down. Thompson at full stretch, got some help from the post to turn it behind for the corner kick. So the half-time score at Celtic Park, Celtic 0, Dundee United 0. United get the second second half underway, having been under the collar for the entire match so far. And of course, getting something from this afternoon's match is very important indeed to keep the gap tight at the top of the Premier Division. Celtic providing top quality football in that first half in every aspect of play except finishing. And United, I think, will have to make one or two major changes in their setup for the second half if they're to make a real challenge. Their record, of course, against Celtic in the league is outstanding, apart from the fact that they've been 3.5 years undefeated in the league here at Celtic Park. It's more than 2 years since they lost a league game to Celtic back in October 1984. They lost at Paradise. So Chris Sully had an impressive first half for Dundee United, the former Bournemouth player with that cultured left foot and determined attitude. Now pass. Fiercely challenged, but whistle has gone for the free kick to Dundee United. And if Celtic needed any reminder of the danger provided by United when they appear to be under the collar, you just have to reflect on the victory Jim McLean's men had at Ibrox early in the season when they were 2 goals behind and apparently right out of things with 20 minutes left, but won by 3 goals to 2. Here's Paul Sturrock. Cross for Ferguson. And he was challenged by Peter Grant to get it behind for the corner kick. But Sturrock and Ferguson almost combining to snatch the lead for United. Up comes John Clark. Taken by Gallagher. Back to Beaumont. Fleeting shooting chance for Dave Beaumont, but the accuracy wasn't there. Substitution being made by Dundee United. Ian Ferguson has limped off, and the replacement is Tommy Coyne. So a striker replacing a striker. Roy Aitken. McLear, great chance now, and once again it's Billy Thompson to the rescue. Well, he looked to be badly exposed on that occasion, yet remains the coolest man in the field. Superb pass from Roy Aitken, slicing open the United defence. McLear racing through, driving the ball low to Thompson's right, but the goalkeeper was equal to the task. Belfast to a touch, there's McInally. Legs of John Clark block it. Appeals for handball against Gary McGuinness, waved aside by the referee. Still Celtic have possession. Here's Brian McLear. Now Johnston! The offside flag was up, it will not count. The celebrations cut short. Well, drama once again at Celtic Park. And Brian McLear setting up the chance, driving across the face of the goal. Johnston all on his own. The flag was up instantly as Thompson was beaten, and the goal does not stand. Oh, bedlam all around us now at Celtic Park. No question, a lot of Celtic supporters feeling aggrieved about that decision. And the legacy, no doubt, of the Skol Cup final, when they felt hard done by, with referee David Syme in the middle. But the referee on that occasion simply reacting instantly to the linesman's signal, and Johnston did appear to be very much on his own on the 6-yard line. Here's Bowman. Beaumont. Rough tangle there between Aitken and Coyne off the ball, also picked up by the referee. Here's Alan McInally. And Thompson does it again. Well, the keeper now getting a little bit of luck to add to his outstanding performance. The header on from Mo Johnston. There was McInally. It was blocked by Thompson, and McInally knocked the rebound wide. There's Gallagher taking on Grant for pace, and that's a bad foul by Grant, taking out the United player as he was left for speed. The referee sign will take action, I'm sure. Yes, it's a booking for Peter Grant. And I think you'll find in the replay that Peter Grant has no complaint at all. Well beaten by Gallagher, took the man quite blatantly. David Hay looking very thoughtful inside the Celtic dugout. Dominating the match, his team, but they still haven't found the way through. So a substitution now for Celtic. Mark McGee coming on to replace young Tony Shepherd. So Celtic increasing their attacking power with the introduction of Mark McGee. McLeod in a hurry to take the throw. Inside the last 20 minutes now, still no scoring. Celtic trying to find a way past the inspired Billy Thompson. Here's Aiken. McGee. McClair. McKillary again, there's Johnston. And still it will not run for Celtic. Back in from McInally, there's Sully. White's first time shot, and that's a goal kick. Well, another fine attacking move from Celtic. Mark McGee to McClair. McClair going past Malpass brilliantly towards the byline. There was Johnston in the near post area, playing it beyond Billy Thompson. There were no takers at the far post. Here's McInally. We're going to the last 10 minutes of the match. Here's Paul McStay. Oh, it's good play from McStay. But Thompson appears to be a magnet for all these shots as they rain on him. Well, now in the phase of the match when Celtic achieved victory a week ago at Hamilton. Here's Mo Johnston, he's onside. Johnston against Thompson. And Johnston does it again for Celtic. Peter Grant setting it up. The long ball through the middle, catching out the United defence. Johnston was offside. There's no one better in the country in this situation. And Thompson this time was helpless. So Johnston celebrates his 19th goal of the season. And when you see this again, the ball coming through from Grant, Johnston sprinting clear of the United defence, keeping his cool as Thompson came out to make life difficult, driving the ball in at the left-hand post, and Billy Thompson's day of glory beaten in the end by Johnston. Here's Dave Bowman. Gallagher on the right. Good change of pace. Coyne. It's on the line. Grant held it for Pat Bonner. Coyne looks hopefully towards the linesman. But this is superb play from Kevin Gallagher. Going past Derek White, pulling it back for Coyne. A first-time effort. There was Grant, and the ball certainly not over the line. But it looks now increasingly as though Celtic have put an end to their jinx against United in league matches. Billy Thompson thumping that into the back row of the stand. Played out by McGuinness. Johnston screening the ball at the corner flag. Here's Mark McGee. Dragging it back, setting up the shooting chance to McLeod, and Thompson with yet another marvellous save. Queuing up at the far post, but Thompson wins it once more. Well, there's one injustice this afternoon, and it'll be if Billy Thompson doesn't collect the win bonus. What an incredible save it was again. Murray McLeod getting the ball at the edge of the box, thundering it towards the far corner, and there was Thompson stretching. Tactics early on.